Here is my bike that I used for the cycling merit badge. It's maybe 3 years old and it has quite a bit of mileage on it, but I always try to keep it clean and always try to keep it safe. And it hasn't had too many problems besides this back tire. The inner tube deflated maybe a week ago after, like 3 years of use. And but besides that, the rest of it's stock except for this gel seat I put in for comfort, just so I could do those longer rides without having any issues. But as you can see, the brakes right here, oh, that's the wrong one. The brakes, they're A-okay. It runs smoothly. This, it turns without problem. There's no noises whenever it runs. It never rides wonky. It has pretty good shock absorbers right here. Yeah, nothing's bent, nothing's out of shape. I checked these just the other day. All the teeth are perfectly fine, especially, well, down here you can't really see them because the chain's on there, but those are fine. The dials and everything work perfectly. Here's my bell that I just bought brand new, and it's of course in a way that it doesn't impede, the brakes or this gear. One problem that I am gonna have to fit, I just did it right there, is the front reflector right there, and then around back I have the back reflector right there, and it's up to all the local laws of Florida. And I haven't gotten it. I don't have a serial number or anything, but I'm gonna have to do another video of me cleaning it because it is, now that I'm looking at it in the light, it's pretty dirty. So that is requirement 3. Like I said in the last video, this bike is pretty much, how I bought it, except for this back tube and this seat right here, and the bell, of course, but everything, this is how I bought it. I bought this chain with it, but I couldn't remember the code after years, so I just bought this one at an Ace Hardware near me. It's got a key operated one. So it's pretty useful to have two, and if I ever figure out the code on that one, it'll be nice. But I'm gonna do a video on me hosing it down and cleaning it. Out to where the hose is, and I have it on flat, and I'm just gonna stand back a little bit and just, I usually try to, wash it off every once in a while because there's an annoying tree where I live that has these really weird, kind of like seeds that are sticky, and they stick to everything, especially your bike. When the tire picks it up and then it kicks it up in your face and stuff, and then it gets stuck on your wheels, like right there. That's a clump of them. Usually have to use the jet function. That's what I do. Right there, there's a little bit of dirt. Let's switch it back to a broader, there we go. Okay, and I forgot to say this, but I took out the seat so I don't, get the seat wet and damage it. And turn off the hose. And that's how I usually clean my bike. Right there. The bike fully clean and with the seat and the seat cover back on. Be regularly adjusted to make sure that it's safe to ride are the seat, because if you ride too low it could hurt you. The brakes, make sure they're always in working order and that these work, and that right here, the speed change and the gear change right here, make sure those always work too, so you don't get caught in between two of these and it just you know, the bike just brakes. These are points that need to be to the seat height. There's this right here. You push that out. I usually have to have a hammer because mine's in really tight, but you knock that out and the seat just slides up and down like that. Brakes right here. If they become loose, then you undo this right here, pull the coil just a little bit tighter, and then you put it back. So when you go like that, the brakes catch. Wrong one. Huh? You like that, the brakes are pressing firmly onto the rim. There's, you know, hand brakes like this. This one goes to the back tire. So that's the one that I use most of the time, because if sorry, I had to wait till that truck passed. If you're going a decent speed, you don't want to seize up the front tire, because then you're stopping suddenly and you'll go over your handlebars. And if you're doing foot brakes, you obviously shouldn't do it without shoes on, but just kind of lightly put your heel down and let it skid until you can, you know, put it down forcefully and stop yourself all the way.